Hi friends, I'm Abby and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking you through all of the books that I have on my TBR on my Kindle. So my Kindle is one of these like ancient Kindles. It's an ancient Kindle Paperwhite. As ancient as probably as they get. It was my stepdad's and then I borrowed it back in like 2016 I think, and then just borrowed it indefinitely. So it's now my Kindle, and I mean, like, it works for me. It does the job. Like, I don't need a fancy Kindle which has colour or anything. Like, it really does just do the job for reading books. So I am not the biggest Kindle user, and that's probably why I say this works for me, because I predominantly read physically, and physically is like my preferred preference for how I read. Like, I just love the feeling of reading a physical book. Like, there's just nothing better than reading a physical book. But I do every now and again buy a book on my Kindle, because generally because it is 99p and I cannot resist a deal, and it doesn't really feel like I'm buying books. Like, it doesn't count, because I'm like, it's 99p, it doesn't count. It doesn't mean that I bought a book, and because I can't see it physically, it really doesn't count. But there are a few on here, like, there's not loads, but we will talk through what I have on my TBR on my Kindle. I have a couple of NetGalley books which I have on here. The first one being People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, as well as She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan, I think the author is. So both of those from NetGalley currently on here. I also have Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is the second book in the Brown Sisters series. It was 99p. I could not say no. And yeah, I was waiting for that book to go on offer, because I was like, I'm not paying $4.99 for it, but 99p, that I will do. I have Winds of Strife by U.G. Gutman. This is a self-published book, and he is a friend from the Shelf Space Discord, so I got it to support him, and I've heard it's quite grimmed up, but I've heard generally good reviews, so I am intrigued to get into it. I have This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal El Mutar, which is like a sci-fi love story, I believe. It's very short. Again, it was 99p, could not say no. I think that's going to be the same for all of these. Pretty much 99p, could not say no. I have Immortality Awaits by Andrew J. Stillman. Again, this is another friend from Shelf Space, and this is his self-published book. I know he's been working on edits for it, so I might just hold off reading it until like all the edits are complete, because I know that he wrote this many years ago, and he wanted to like go back to it and like revisit it and like check it over. I have Desperate Measures by Katie Robert, for if I'm feeling like I need something a bit risque. I have The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. Maybe I'll get to it in October, who knows? Who knows? I have the like complete fiction of H.P. Lovecraft, and I read The Call of Cthulhu, which is for my reading like Alan from the Library of Alexandria for a week taste test vlog, but I haven't read the rest of them, and I don't know if I ever will, but I have his whole collection if I ever want to. I have Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Marina Garcia, and I actually now have a physical copy of that because my stepmom read it and she had the copy and she was like, do you want it? And I was like, okay, fine. So I don't know, I probably will end up reading the physical copy when I do read it, but oh well. I have The Switch by Beth O'Leary. I read and I really enjoyed The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary, and so I wanted to try out some of her other books. I think she's got The Switch, and she might have a new one coming out called like The Road Trip or something. So as I really liked The Flatshare, I'll probably just read all of her books. It's just finding the time. Like, I don't read contemporaries that often, so they're just not my go-to genre. But every now and again. And that's the same for quite a few of these. Like, I've got Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas, The Wall of Winnipeg by Marina Zapata. So like, I don't know when I would get to them. I'm just like prepared for if I ever want a romance or a contemporary, this is where they will be, because I don't generally buy them physically, because I generally don't reread them either. Like, they're a one-time read, apart from The Hating Game, which I do enjoy rereading. I have White Hot Kiss by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the first book in one of her series, and I really liked From Bell and Ash, so I want to go back and revisit all of her other books now. I have Dry by Neil Shusterman and Jared Shusterman, which is like a world without water, or water's suddenly like undrinkable, and it's like, it was free. Like ages ago when I picked it up, I was like, oh, free, why not? And I was like, why is this like traditionally published book free? I got it, but I don't know why. I have Vicious by V.E. Schwab, and I've literally had this on here for so long and I have not read it because I literally never read on my Kindle. But thankfully my friend Kate has since sent me the physical book, so I actually have that, and that will probably mean that I will read Vicious because I now own it physically and not just on here. Yeah, but I do have it on here, I guess, if I forget the book, and I think I did do that once. I didn't have a book with me and I started it and I read like one page and then I must have been busy with something else. So yes, and the same with The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. Like, I've had this on here for years and I haven't read it. I don't think I've even opened it. I think I bought it when it was 99p and I just haven't read it. And now I do own it physically. So that will probably mean that it will actually get read because it won't be read on here. Well, I don't think it will be read on here. Oh, and then the final book on here that I haven't read is Emma by Jane Austen, which I own physically. I thought maybe it would be good to have it in multiple formats, and I think it was free. So aside from that, there's just a few of my stepdad's books from when it was his. So those are all of the books that I have on my Kindle, on my TBR. So there's not actually that many. I mean, it says there's 87 items on here in total, so there's not like many things on here. Like, it doesn't really get like loads of views. Like, the battery on this literally lasts for months because it's got the infinite battery life. That is my Kindle and everything that is on it. I guess as like I get more and more NetGalley books, I might start like using it a bit more, but for now, and probably forever, I will be reading physically. But if you wanted to know what was on my Kindle, then this is the video. Let me know if you read on your Kindle a lot, and like if you have many books on your Kindle, or quite what your Kindle is like. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in my future videos. Bye!